The next thing that we're going to do is put the data that you find on College Board and U.S. News and World Report into the spreadsheet. You will notice that I just put some generic information just to give you an idea of what it might look like for you. Now, the college name may extend beyond the width of the column, but we will fix that later. So just enter the totals in there for now, and then we'll fix that later. The next thing we're going to do is to calculate the total one-year cost for each of the colleges. And we're going to be doing that by a function called the sum function. And if you notice here, when I click the down arrow for auto sum, the common functions that we use in Excel are listed there. There are a lot more functions, but the most common ones are sum, average, count, max, and min. So we're going to use the auto sum function. So we just click on sum. Notice that what happens here is that the Excel assumes what you want to do is sum the numbers to the left. And so you will also notice that the syntax is equal sum with an open parentheses and then the range of cells that you want to sum, B2 through F2. So we're going to click enter, and that will give us the total. Now, we want to do the same thing for each one of the other colleges. And so the way that we can do that is that we can use the fill handle, and if you go to click on the cell that you want to copy, and then you wait until your mouse has that plus sign, then you just drag it down and let go, and then all of them are filled. Now I want to show you something that so we had sum B2 to F2. We then copied the cell and it changed it to B3 to F3. That is what we call relative cell addressing. That means that essentially what the formula is saying, please sum all the 5 cells to the left. So that you can see that it's B4 to F4, B5 to F5, and so on. In the next calculation, we're going to use a formula rather than a function. And the way you start a formula, now we're going to calculate the 2-year cost, and instead of using a function, we're going to use a formula. And to start a formula, you always use the equal sign, and then we're going to refer to the cell G2 and use the asterisk for the multiplication sign and multiply it by the number 2. Okay, so that gives us that cost. Okay, and then another way we can do it is to hit the equal sign and point to and click the cell we want to multiply, and that automatically put G3 there, and so then we multiply by 2. And then we're going to do we're going to copy just like we did the other one, and then we want to do the same thing for the 4-year cost using, you can do equal H2 times 2, and then multiply and copy everything down for the rest of the colleges. So I want to show you one other trick. I'm going to go ahead and delete the numbers below the first college. So let's just say that you went through and you did your formulas for these 3. You can actually highlight all 3 and then just drag down, and then you can it will do the calculation in because it's using relative cell addressing.